Okay, so this is a really interesting article coming to us from the Daily Wire. Zac Efron, white privilege enabled Ted Bundy's murders. Talk about white privilege by Paul Boyce. Yeah, I guess that's Boyce. All right, so notorious serial killer Ted Bundy apparently got away with it for so long because of white privilege, according to actor Zac Efron, who plays Bundy in the new film Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. No, Miss Omar. Speaking with Fox News at the Tribeca Film Festival, Efron shared some of his ideas as to how Ted Bundy was able to pull off so many murders for so many years. He confessed to killing 30 women and is suspected to have killed many more. Ted Bundy is a vile human being. There is no part of this at all. I can't express how much I loathe the man that this movie is about, he said. The fact is that this movie really happened. The fact is that the whole world, literally all the media, everybody was capable of believing that this guy was innocent. Talk about white privilege. Talk about white whatever. Every major topic in this movie is bent on showing you how evil this person is. And okay, I guess I gotta ask. Can you really attribute that to white privilege though? I mean, he comes across as very charming. That was the entire deal with Ted Bundy, is that he was insanely charming. He was a handsome dude, and people tend to gravitate towards that type of presence, that type of aura, and so it's like, if let's say Will Smith, somebody who or Idris Elba, take a brother, put him in the same situation. Do you think that he'd be like, we'd want to see, like, not we, but like the time, like, do you think people would want to what's the name of him, would want to believe in his innocence? I mean, who knows? I'm not sure if it, like, charming privilege, because there are like, some people are just charming like that, and so I don't know. I mean, does it particularly pertain to him being white? I'm not sure. Efron was largely responding to the film's critics, who felt it was portraying Ted Bundy as some kind of charming rock star. When you see the movie, if you don't think that either me or Ted Bundy is the biggest piece of crap in the world and don't want to be like him, then something's wrong, he said. As noted by Fox News, Efron made a similar statement about Ted Bundy in an appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Ted Bundy was a clean-cut white dude okay, so, because Brie Larson was doing that with the white dude thing as well. It's really funny to me. Ted Bundy was a clean-cut white dude who just did not seem white person. Okay, yeah, copy editor, man. So, talk about white privilege, Efron said. What he got away with back then, nobody would be able to do today. It's a moment in time that came and passed, and it's truly scary, but it does not glamorize the killing. This is an important thing for me. Zac Efron is not the first person to say Ted Bundy was a benefactor of white privilege. When Netflix released the Ted Bundy tapes, Refinery 21 claimed that America's obsession with whiteness made his personality bigger than it actually was. Okay, so let me ask you this. Then what about some of the other figures, such as like the Al Capones or the John Gottis? What about I mean, they were Italians, and I don't believe Italian people consider themselves white. So I mean, like, what about them? I mean, as a country, we do have we've had like an obsession with the bad boy, with the outlaw, and I'm just not sure that white privilege would be the course of it. It's just, some people have charisma, some people have a way about themselves. I don't know, like, can it fully be attributed to white privilege? I'm just not sure. I mean, I think an extent, maybe, because, like, to an extent, because, like, yeah, I can't imagine too many brothers getting away with such things. But at the same time, some people some people are just charming. The Ted Bundy of America's consciousness is a myth. Ted Bundy was not special. He was not smarter than the average person. He did not have a personality so alluring that his female victims could not help but simply go off with him. He did not have a superhuman skill to be one step ahead of the police. What Bundy did have was the power of being a white man in a society that reveres them and has implicit faith in their abilities. The privilege gave Bundy the ability to make even the most heinous of crimes take second place to his personality. Bundy isn't even exceptional when compared to other American serial killers. So why is his legacy treated with fascination and twisted admiration rather than condemnation? I believe that there's a level of, like I said, a small level of truth to that, because I can't particularly see just anybody, no matter how charming you are, just anybody getting away with such things. But at the same time, I mean, how do I put this? Because one of the larger arguments that's thrown around a lot is that, people, what's the name? Like there's some kind of privilege, or in all honesty, it's usually just that particular moment in time, like all the stars aligned more than anything else. Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile host a 59% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, with many reviewers praising Efron's performance while saying the film nonetheless packs a small punch overall. So, so it's not apparently not the most compelling of movies, but we'll see when it comes out. I find it interesting that people are like, oh, well, white privilege enabled the serial killer, but honestly, it was more along the lines that there was nothing like it before. I mean, got to be the first something. So everybody got to be the first something. You don't get the, oh, wow, it's the first black serial killer. Yeah, that's the first black one because we've already had quite a few white ones, right? Or, like, that's the thing. Like, somebody has to do it first. And I just think that, though that part in particular just comes down to circumstances aligning perfectly. And, for a very long time, the circumstances aligned perfectly for those of, lighter complexions. But in all reality, just slapping the label white privilege on it, I feel is a little deserving because there are white people who try to be killers and they don't get and they definitely don't have movies made about them. There's been tons of white serial killers, but how many of them are even interesting enough to make a movie about? So yeah, white privilege, I'm not sure, but if anybody shouldn't be talking, it should be Zac Efron, because boom, you get to play him and you get millions of dollars to play him in this movie. So I mean, wins for everybody, right? All the white privilege. I could never play Ted Bundy in a movie. Why? Because I'm black. It's Ace Spades, man. It's not privilege. It's just some things are just, circumstances aligning, and some things are malicious. And I just believe when it comes to a lot of what's interpreted as white privilege, I believe it's more just circumstances aligning. And, shoot. There wouldn't be a lot of brothers even capable of getting in such positions as Mr. Bundy was able to, or even Mr. Zac Efron. So that being said, gonna call this one. Until the next video. Oh, all the internet stuff, please talk to me in the comments if you think that this is a little on the nose, Mr. Efron. By all means, let me know. Talk to me in comments, and until the next video. Later.